A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In an historic first meeting at the White House, UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer and US President Donald Trump engaged in discussions that highlighted both cooperation and underlying tensions between the two nations. The talks revolved around pressing issues such as Ukraine's security, trade relations, and the future of NATO. Starmer, representing the center-left Labour Party, found himself navigating a complex diplomatic landscape, often treading carefully around Trump's controversial stances while asserting his own views. The meeting began with a cordial exchange, as Starmer extended a signed invitation from King Charles III for Trump to visit the UK, a gesture that the US president readily accepted. This invitation marked a significant moment, as it is rare for US presidents to have multiple state visits with the British monarch. However, the atmosphere became tense during the press conference that followed their discussions. When asked about Trump's controversial suggestion that Canada should become a US state, Starmer attempted to address the issue but was abruptly interrupted by Trump, who dismissed the question. This moment underscored the delicate balance Starmer was trying to maintain between asserting the UK's position and avoiding direct confrontation with Trump. Throughout their discussions, both leaders acknowledged the importance of the US-UK relationship, which has historically been one of the closest diplomatic bonds. Starmer emphasized the shared history and military cooperation between the two nations, particularly as they approach the 80th anniversary of Victory in Europe Day, a pivotal moment in World War II. He reiterated the commitment of both countries to support each other in the face of global threats, while also echoing Trump's calls for European nations to invest more in NATO. Trade relations were a significant focus of the meeting, with Trump expressing optimism about reaching a favorable trade agreement between the US and the UK. However, Starmer gently pushed back against Trump's claims that the current trade relationship is unfair, asserting that it is, in fact, strong and reciprocal. The discussion of free speech rights in the UK also arose, prompted by comments from US Vice President J.D. Vance, who had previously criticized the UK for perceived democratic backsliding. Starmer defended the UK's commitment to free speech, asserting its long-standing tradition and importance in democratic society. As the conversation shifted towards international security, the ongoing conflict in Ukraine was a central topic. Starmer praised Trump's efforts to advance peace negotiations but cautioned against any agreements that might reward aggressors like Russia. He emphasized that the stakes are high and that history must favor peacemakers rather than invaders. Meanwhile, Trump expressed his belief in the potential for a successful peace deal, underscoring the need to engage both sides of the conflict. The meeting also touched on the situation in Gaza, with Starmer advocating for a two-state solution to ensure lasting peace in the region. He called for continued support for Palestinian sovereignty and the necessity of humanitarian aid. Trump's approach to the Gaza conflict has been controversial, with previous statements suggesting drastic measures that sparked international outcry. However, during this meeting, he opted for a more measured tone, discussing the challenges in the region without making incendiary remarks. As the day concluded, it was clear that while both leaders sought to strengthen ties between their nations, significant differences remain, particularly in their approaches to international conflicts and democratic principles. The diplomatic dance between Starmer and Trump showcased the complexities of modern political relationships, where cooperation is often tempered by the need to address divergent values and priorities. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.